First joint mission. Rick said, "Hi guys. We worked together on this mission. I'm Rick and this is Daya." Kate said, "You know Rick, I've seen you a few times. You know our names. I'm Kate. This is Jones and Jimmy. And as for you, young lady, there are a lot of rumors about you. Some say you're more than you look, some say you're not human, you're skilled at killing." Daya said, "What do you think? Am I what people say? Tell me your opinion." "Everyone has an opinion. My opinion is that as long as we work together and are together, we should respect our limits. Take care of each other. Let's not fight and argue unnecessarily, and let's not put our feet on each other's backs. Everything is fine." "Fine." She extended her hand towards Kit. Kit hesitated. But finally he shook Daya's hand. Daya shook hands with Jones and Jim as well. Jones said, "We'd better get to work. What we know is that these creatures are not original. Some say they were made this way by radiation or by some kind of virus injection. Some of them are the result of vampires marrying humans who have the characteristics of both. They have jobs and work and are also vampires who attack anyone and anything at a certain time. They can't be killed with a bullet or not so easily. The amount of blood they lose must be so high that they can't make up for it. Some criminal gangs have attracted their cooperation. Their strength and agility and ferocity are very suitable for them. One of whom is a woman named Keats who owns a bar. She has a good income and can find someone she needs among her customers. Our work is secret. Not even the FBI should find out about us. We are not. We do not exist." Daya said, "You just became like me." Jones shook his head and continued, "We need to keep an eye on Keats. To see who he dates and how." Rick said, "We all keep an eye on this one person. How many people were in the case?" Kate said, "Don't rush." Jones said, "One of these people. The next person is a person named Joe Tiger who runs a club. He does everything in that club. Of course, every time the police have come to the club, nothing has been caught. He is much smarter than this. He brings those people who are in high debt in the club into his gang, and asks them to do the things he tells him to do in order to forgive their debts. Some succeed. Some are so unlucky that they die or go to jail. But they don't say anything because they're afraid. Of course, their families will have enough money and a ladder to keep them quiet or disappear, so that people like us won't get to them. For now, these two centers are our leads. Now which one will you choose? A club or a bar?" Rick said, "The bar is better." "You agree, Daya?" Daya said, "It doesn't matter. The job has to be done." They went to the liquor store. Rick set up shop a little further away and Daya and I went in. The store was fairly large. Most of the tables were full. Rick looked at the people behind the tables. Many of them were completely drunk, while others had drunk less and were more aware of their surroundings. Rick and Daya chose a table in a cozy corner. Rick went to the bar and said, "2 cold drinks, please." The man said, $4. Rick paid the money. The man put a soft drink with 2 glasses on a tray and placed it in front of Rick. Rick said, "Thank you, sir." Rick took the tray to the table. He sat down on a chair and said, "I don't think it's Keats. He must have gone looking for work. A store this big should have more than a few workers. One person is not enough for him." Daya said, "It seems like he can answer well. Customers want something, they get it, and he gets paid for it. His work is good. Maybe you're right." One of the customers had raised his glass and was laughing. His companion, who was more sober than him, was careful not to lose his balance, although he was drunk himself. Rick said, "They spend their money here, so that they can get out of the world and their mood, as they say. Many people who are addicted to alcohol, don't give up. My own father was an alcoholic. He was a good father. But he was addicted to alcohol. We weren't in a bad situation. Because both my father and my mother worked. I liked to work. From shining shoes on the street corner to being an apprentice and a porter, I sold newspapers for 3 years. I liked detective stories. There was a magazine that published these stories. I liked the work of detectives. They were like ordinary people, but they watched everyone with a sharp look. I gradually became interested, and after seeing an advertisement in a newspaper, I went there, and now I have become an undercover police officer. It was around noon when Keats entered the shop. He talked to the salesman for a while. He glanced at the customers and went through the door to the back of the shop. A few moments later, several customers who were sitting around a table got up and went to the door. One of them put a bill on the counter. They all went in. The man took the bill and put it in his pocket.